Number 10 is How to Train Your Dragon 2. Loved it. It's my favorite animated film of this year so far. Just above Lego Movie, but there's a lot of stiff competition and I haven't seen Big Hero 6 yet. When you go to an animated movie, of course expect kids. Just hope they're not kids that talk throughout the whole movie. So there's two flashbacks in the film and it gets like really dark. And so you know it's a flashback, at least in this film. Of course, one of the kids did not understand this and asked, "Why is it so dark?" And like really scared, whiny and scared. And then the parent goes, "It's because it's a flashback." What's a flashback? It means he's telling a story. And then, of course, when it happens again, "Why is it dark and scary again?" She's telling a story like the father did. And then there was this one point where the other kid, he had two kids, and this little girl basically dropped her popcorn and you could hear it spill out. And so she must have got really desperate for food because later on we could hear her crying as she's getting pulled away. And she's just going, and then suddenly the mother's like, "Quit pulling on her! What are you doing? What?" And then the father's like, She's crawling on the ground and eating popcorn off the floor. What do you want me to do?" "Then get her a refill of popcorn. It's free refills." This little kid really wanted to eat popcorn off the floor. Number 9 really baffles me. It just, I cannot begin to, I just can't fathom why this happened. We went to World War Z and okay, we had these two people sit behind us. One's really older man and the other's a younger woman, and they talked throughout the whole film, except this was not usual talking. This was not normal talking. She was translating for the older man. Older man apparently did not know English. And so they went to an English-speaking movie and the person with him translated the entire film out loud to him. Entire film. Why do I know this? Well, because she would speak exactly after another person speaks in the film, and she was speaking in a foreign language the entire time. And get this, 20 minutes left of the film, and I think the older man asked something like, "What is zombie?" They went to a zombie movie, and the guy did not understand what a zombie is. Number 8 is a movie with a number called 42. And of course it's about Jackie Robinson and segregation and baseball and all kinds of stuff. Fortunately, we had a pretty rude group of kids behind us. Young teenagers. They both mocked they knew the whole spiel that happens before the movies where no talking or texting on your phone. It's this little commercial, and they knew every line by heart, and they mockingly said it. So I'm like, okay, maybe that means they understand not to talk and text in the film, and maybe they won't do that. Fortunately, they were mocking it, so of course they did. They didn't talk, luckily, and they probably didn't even text, but they did something probably worse. They turned on their phone, and about halfway into the movie, they started watching YouTube videos. Yeah, they went to a movie, and they watched hilarious YouTube videos, and would just start cracking up. I know it must have been because I could hear something talking in the background that wasn't them. It sounded like a video. When I turned over my shoulder, I could see this bright glow on their faces as they're looking down into their laps. And they were laughing when there was some drama and crazy things that were happening in the film where you don't really laugh at. You really don't. That's a first. That is a first, and so far the only time, luckily, that I've had a person watching YouTube videos while in the theaters. Number 7 is another little incident where the craziest things can happen when a kid and a mother go to the movie theaters to an animated film. The animated film was Rango. And there's this one point where Rango is running from this hawk or falcon, I can't remember. It's this giant bird of prey. And he runs into the outhouse, which is comedically a Pepto-Bismol bottle. And the people are hiding in the tavern, and they're looking at saloon, actually. They're hiding in the saloon. And one of them's like, what is he doing? And one of them's like, I think he has to take a number 2, or I think it's number 2, or something like that. Something along those lines. So the kid didn't know what going number 2 meant. Really? He looked like he was about 10. He did not know what number 2 meant. And so he looks at his mother and he goes, Mom, what does going number 2 mean? Shh, be quiet. Mom, what does it mean? Shh, shut up. Mom, I really want to know what going number 2 means. She turns to her son and she says, it means he has to shit. Now shut up and watch the film. Just really loudly. Theater full of kids. Just yells that out. Number 6. Another animated film where this one isn't annoying. It's also funny. But I also have to... it also gives me a little bit more appreciation for the film, honestly. It is Kung Fu Panda 2, which is even better than Kung Fu Panda. And the reason why I appreciate the film even more now is that there was this young kid, like really young, that was able to grasp this concept and actually started crying in the film. And I was just like, wow, okay. Little kids can understand some of this stuff. They don't always have to be annoying and ask, why is this happening? And why is that? And who's that? And all that kind of stuff. There could actually be some smart little kids. Alright, so it's the part where there's a flashback, Poe's finally learning what happened to his parents. And it's the part where the mother leaves him in the alley so that she can lure the bad guys away and so he would be safe. And this little kid, he was so heartbroken. He was sobbing and crying. And he was like, why is she leaving him? She's leaving him. She's letting him go. But that's his mother. Mothers are supposed to protect their children. Mommies are supposed to keep their kids. They're not supposed to leave him. Why is she leaving him? And just sobbing. He was uncontrollably sobbing. And I shouldn't laugh at it, but honestly, it made me start tearing up a little bit more as I watched that film. And every time I watch it, that's all I can think about is this little kid that's just started crying in the movie theater. Number 5, another annoying talkers. This time from people that you might not expect. Number 5 is Prisoners. Loved it. It was my favorite film last year until I saw 12 Years a Slave. But we had some talkers. As usual. This time the talkers were these really 2 old ladies. These 2 really old ladies. They talked throughout the whole film as if they were sitting in their living room discussing with each other the clues, trying to predict what's going to happen in the movie. Because it's a thriller, it's a mystery. Of course you're on the edge of your seat and you're thinking what's going to happen next. Unfortunately, these two little old ladies, they spoke it. And they were wrong about 90% of the time. Just dead wrong. It was towards the end of the film where everyone's on the edge of their seat. Looks like Jake Gyllenhaal's about to die, is dying, and oh my god, it was just the craziest moment in the film, right? And they were just talking. And so my aunt couldn't take it anymore. She turns around and goes, shh. The little ladies kept talking. Turns around again. Shh. Right in their face. Shh. Kept talking. Just kept talking to each other. Another woman turns around. Shh. Be quiet. Kept talking. I don't think they heard her. I really don't think they thought, they must have thought they were speaking really softly and not softly enough, or they literally thought they were shushing other people who, even though they were the only ones talking. I don't know. They did not hear and did not pay attention to all the shushes. There was about 3. There might have been another one, but they just kept talking the entire film. Out of all the horror movies where we ended up having talkers, this was probably the most annoying one. And this is number 4. We went to Mama. Unfortunately, the people behind us absolutely hated it. And usually when people hate a movie that I either really like or think is still good, it makes me like it even more because I feel like I have to defend it, you know? Anyway, it was a group of teenagers, a large group. There was probably about 8 of them. And they sat right behind us. And they could not grasp the simplest of things. And they were just dumb. And so when they didn't get the movie, of course, at the very end, they get up and like, that is the worst, stupidest horror movie. No, they didn't say horror movie. They said, that is the worst, stupidest, scary movie I have ever seen. Okay, I am not going to remember what exactly they said, and I am just paraphrasing. I actually have it on my computer right now, what I can remember of what I thought they said. I can't be 100% accurate, of course, but this is about the gist of what happens. So, if you've seen Mama, you know the first couple minutes of the film. If you haven't, let me just lay it out for you. Okay, there's these 2 characters that are twins, and they're adults, and they're played by the same actor, of course. And one has a beard and wears casual clothes. The other one is clean-shaven and wears a suit and just came back from work and takes the kids. And after he takes the kids, after doing something really bad at work, and the radio actually states that there's been a shooting, basically the other brother comes and he's got a beard and he comes to the crime scene, and he's crime scene of the house because the mother's dead and all this crazy stuff. And then meanwhile our bad brother has the kids and he crashes the car and they end up in this abandoned house in the woods and things happen. And Mama is this ghost that's in this abandoned cabin, and just before he's about to kill his kids because he realizes he's going to be in trouble and he's just going to kill the kids and then kill himself, and all this crazy stuff happens, okay? But none of the people behind me could grasp the concept that these are 2 twins. The 2 guys are twins. They're 2 different people. This is all happening at the same time. No, they thought that one moment was the past, and then some moments were the present, and some were the future, and they thought it was all being jumbled around, and they were just stupid. They were just really stupid. All right, I'm just gonna read off because I'm not gonna remember what they said. I honestly don't remember what they said, but this is about the gist of what they said. What's going on? Where the hell is he taking his kids? I don't know. It looks like he's in trouble or something. And then they show the other brother make it to the house after it's been policed off and stuff. Wait, Wasn't he just with the kids? Why does he have a beard now? It must be one of those things where it shows the past and present at the same time. Well, there's his old house. Why is there all those police there? Did something happen there? I want to know what happened. I want to know what he did with the kids. Aw, a doggy. If they kill the dog, I'm going to leave the theater. Uh-oh. That's definitely a haunted house. They better not go in there. Oh my God. He's going to kill the kids. What's wrong with him? And then this is the part where the ghost kills the father and snaps his neck, right? And they say, well, he's definitely dead. It doesn't explain why he's at the house in the future, though. Maybe the ghost part is the present? What? And then it shows years. Then it shows years after, and it shows the other brother who had the beard is still alive, of course, and he's searching for the kids because he doesn't know what happened to the kids. Instead, this is what the people behind me start saying. Wait, he's still alive? The ghost snapped his neck, right? I guess it just knocked him out. Looks like he's looking for his kids. That's stupid. Why doesn't he just go back to the house where he left them? Maybe he's afraid of the ghost. Maybe it wiped his memory. And then it got worse in the theater because even though these huge group of teens did not understand a single concept in the movie and were questioning everything, there was this one group of people, this couple, that at this one moment, this one girl dies, right? And this other guy dies or something. And I can't remember if it was the guy or the girl who died. And the guy in the theater goes, ooh, they're dead. And so what happens? The entire theater, except for our group, laughs and claps, encouraging this couple to keep talking throughout the movie. And so they did. They would try to think of something as funny as they could and would say it out loud. And that was the whole last third of the movie. Them talking and people in the theater laughing and clapping and continuing to encourage them. Number 3 is another movie I saw this year. In fact, it's one of my favorite movies this year. Thankfully, I've seen it twice because the second time I saw it, I had no interruptions, no talkers. First time I saw it, however, I had a little kid. Talked. Didn't understand a thing. So the movie was Godzilla. And I knew it was going to be bad because this little kid, there was this one Sprint family plan commercial before the trailers start. And it was something like, I can't remember, it's an older one because it came out, it was when Godzilla was out. And it's something like, kid goes, I'm going to boogie or something like that. And he starts dancing and he has this southern accent. And the kid behind me just started cracking up, just dying laughing. And I know, oh great, we got one of the annoying kids. Oh, God damn it. What's crazy is the parents actually told him before the movie started, before the trailers even started, they said, okay, now this is a movie theater, so you need to be quiet. And so the kids agreed. There was like 3 of them. Fortunately, they did not remember to stay quiet, and they talked throughout the film, mainly the youngest one. The little kid did not grasp the concept of Godzilla. I mean, he must not have even known what Godzilla looked like. I don't know, because so many times in the start of the movie, he would ask, is that Godzilla? It shows the, at the beginning, there's this huge serpent-like, large dinosaur-like serpent bones, and it's a rib cage, and they're walking through it. Is that a dead Godzilla? And it would show this hole. It's like, did Godzilla make that? Is that Godzilla's path? Then it shows that was clearly some sort of egg or some sort of cocoon, and he goes, is that Godzilla's head or foot? That's Godzilla, right? And so it hatches, the Muto comes out, is like, Godzilla, is that Godzilla? He looks different. That is Godzilla, right? Godzilla's crazy looking. And of course it's some kind of bug creature. He calls it a pterodactyl, and it shows the submarine in a tree. Asks if that's Godzilla's foot. Sees a little teeny lizard in Hawaii and asks, is that baby Godzilla, before he turns into Godzilla. And there's this one part where the older brother has to go to the bathroom, so he gets up and leaves, comes back and asks, okay, what did I miss? Unfortunately, he asks the younger brother that I'm talking about, who did not understand what Godzilla looked like. And of course, he explains things to his brother, and everything that comes out of his mouth is 100% wrong. Everything. So I'm sure the older brother was completely confused by the end of the movie. When they show Godzilla finally, he asks, oh, is that another Godzilla? And there's 3 monsters in the movie. He kept calling them all Godzilla. Every single one. So at least he understood the concept of an egg sac that one of the creatures has, except he kept saying, oh, there's going to be a lot of baby Godzillas like the other movie. I guess he saw the 1998, is that what it is? The 1998 version of Godzilla. In fact, what pissed me off a lot, and what aggravated me, which I understand, he's younger, so he probably doesn't know the original Godzillas, but okay. It's the last part is set in San Francisco, shows the Golden Gate Bridge, and the kid suddenly looks at it, and he says, that's the bridge. That's the bridge that Godzilla died in, the original one. Yeah, he thought 1998 version was the original Godzilla. Thought the Golden Gate Bridge was the Brooklyn Bridge. And so he's like, does that mean Godzilla's gonna die now?